Hey guys, welcome back. Bolt Spider here, and today I have a new video for you guys, and it is on the Dragunity Dragon Link deck. So let's take a look at what is in store for this deck, because this is actually a deck that I've been testing out throughout the night, and it started from one thing and now it's here, and it's a very good progression from what it was. So that's always a great thing to note, because what it used to look like was something like this, and before that we even had something like way before we had this. So this whole progression, pretty nice. So let's get into the card by card. So for the rocket part of the deck, we have double Alps Router Dragon, 1 Magna Rocket Dragon, 2 Rocket Tracer outside of the normal 3. We have the Rocket Recharger, the Rocket Synchron, the Triple Quick Launch, and the Boot Sector Launch. This is actually a very great lineup. What I did, I took from the OCG list that there is and modified it throughout the night, and this whole entire rocket lineup is actually very solid. You see Quick Launch a lot of the time. You definitely see some of your pieces as well throughout the whole thing. If you open up a Apps Router Dragon Quick Launch, that is a free chaos ruler, just with a Rocket Synchron and Apps Router, which is quite nice, and just many other things. Next up, we have the Dragunity line. We have the Arma Mistleton. We have the Dragunity Legatus, Triple Remus, 1 Phalanx, 1 Glow, 1 Divine Lance, and Triple Dragon Ravine. Now, I'm not running something like Terraforming because Striker Dragon gets your boot sector, and Remus is another copy of Dragon Ravine, which is actually very nice. Now, one thing about Dragunity Glow, you use it to search out the Arma Mistleton, and when you summon out the Mistleton, you hope to have Dragunity Knight Gaydirge in the graveyard, because you use Remus to get the Dragon Ravine, you discard something from your hand to search out the Legatus, then go up into the Gaydirge, get whatever else you need, and then just keep going from there. And along tied in with the Dragunity cards, we have the Mist Valley Baby Rock, because what you guys should know is that you summon out the Gaydirge, you activate its effect to search out a Winged Beast or a Dragon, because this card searches out 90% of your deck, and you search out the Baby Rock, and then you can discard that Baby Rock, and Baby Rock gets summoned, so you can go into another Synchro or a Link play, and I feel like that's very good. Next, we have our Chaos segment, being the Chaos Dragon Levineer, very powerful card still. 1 White and Black Dragon, very, very powerful one-ofs for the deck. We have the 1 Starleech Safer. I should be playing more. I should be playing like 3, but I feel like 1 right now is good for testing, but I may change it to 3 later on, along with Triple Chaos Base. I feel like the next ban list will deal with everything else that they didn't get to this list, because in October, when we're going to get our list and OCG gets their list, I feel like it's going to be a massive nuke for us, because it's right after the Megatons, and OCG is probably going to follow suit. After that, we have the random dragons, being 1 Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, 2 Black Metal Dragon. Still great cards, especially for this version. The 1 Noctivision Dragon, very great extender, and it also gets you a draw and a interruption if they target your face down stuff. The 2 Chamber Dragon Mates, very good. Dragon Maid Hospitality, free extender, and the 2 Tidying, which is very, very... This lineup is just very standard of how it is. And then finally, for the rest of the cards, excuse me, we have Triple Ash Blossom, because you need to see a lot of your combo pieces throughout that whole entire combo, or whenever you draw, so less hand traps the better. Now for the extra deck, we have the 1 Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss, very standard when you're running things like Rocket Synchron. You have Chaos Ruler, the Chaotic Magical Dragon. This card is beyond busted, because it is a reveal top 5 grab a light dump the rest. Some of the things tonight that I was sending to graveyard are things like Absolute Dragon, Chaos Spaces, Dragon Maid Tidings, and even remises to the graveyard for next turn plays. Then we have the one Borreload Savage Dragon, very staple of the deck. They run one of their main boss monsters, and I really honestly like how the deck is, but it's super clunky without that second Striker Dragon and the LP. But let's continue. We have the one Dragunity Knight Gaderge, or Gadirge. This card facilitates every single card that's level 4 or lower, Wing Beast or Dragon from your deck. So the only things it doesn't search are these first 6 cards, which is insane, and the Ashes. So that's only 9 cards out of your deck that it doesn't search. Then we have the Heretic Dragon King of Autumn. So how this works, you summon out the Mistleton after you use the Gaderge by getting rid of it, because you most likely search the Mistleton off the glow. Then after that, you're going to special summon this by tributing a Dragunity monster. Then you equip a Dragunity Dragon type monster from your graveyard to it. Then you banish the glow, summon out the Gaderge, and then you get another search, dump. Then you go up into the king for whatever else you need. Next, for the Link monsters, we have Access Code Talker, one of the best cards in the game right now. Then we have a Triple Burst Dragon, because I felt like I needed a Link 3 Dragon throughout the whole night. And I feel like this is one of the only better ones, since it actually helped me win a game or two tonight, just alone. Then we have the one Delingerous Dragon. It's a card that you have to run now. Next, we have 2 Dragunity Knight Romulus. And you can play 2 Heretic Seal, but I feel like 2 Romulus is better because you're going to be going into it more throughout the whole duel. We have the one Quad Borreload Dragon for extensions. Buster Protector Whelp, I could just drop and put in for another Synchro Monster because I felt like I needed it. The one Heretic Seal, you can run 2, but that's all up to you. And then finally, the one Pisty and the one Striker Dragon. I feel like if Dragon Link is still one of the best decks after this ban list, this is going to be the card that everyone's going to be looking at, saying this card's going to get banned. Or they can look at something like Gadirge, where it is not a hard once per turn search and dump. And then down here are some of the cards that I tested, like Driver with the Gamma. I feel like 2 Gamma's the weird way to go. You can run the Zephyros the Elite with the Dragunity Knight to get more extension, but that's one thing I have to test more. But overall, it's still a good extender. The third Rocket Tracer. Oh, my lord, excuse me. I'm recording this super late. It's 1 in the morning right now. The third Rocket Tracer, this card is just there just in case if I wanted to try 3. After that, we have the Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, which I could most likely put in the main deck, but we'll see how that goes. Then, the one card that I wish we had. Hopefully we get this soon. Boral End Dragon, it feels like the missing piece from this deck, since it is the final boss monster, and a lot of the times tonight I could have made it, but I hope it can definitely do stuff when we get it. Borreload is an option that you can use, same for Apollosa. You could put both of these in the deck, but I feel like Boral End is needed first. Unicorn can be useful, same for Hulk, because you could do Hulk plays, or just extend into a Rocket Synchron. And just in case the one Call by the Grave, because you never know when you're going to need it for testing. And I do have a couple replays, so let's see what we have. So this one ended in 3 turns. I go first. He opens up double Ash. He decides to set one, and look at this hand for a second. I go Dragunity Glow. He ashes it, and I just do my whole entire thing. Striker Dragon, get Black Metal Dragon. Striker Dragon adds, uses the Dragon Ravine. Rebus gets another Dragon Ravine. Striker Dragon's going to pop, grabbing the Rocket Synchron. Activate another Dragon Ravine, pitching the chamber, grabbing Legatus. Legatus summons itself. Then we get Remus. Then we go up into Gay Dirge. And Baby Rock comes out. Chaos Magical Dragon meets a Droplet. That's absolutely fine because Boot Sector Launch is a fantastic card. So I just go Rocket Synchron, Tracer, Hot Red, go into the Red Eyes by banishing Charger, summon the Chamber, grabbing Hospitality, going up into Savage. Then I just attack into him. Then Hot Red gets back the Tracer. This is where another Synchro would have been nice, or like an XYZ, but Dilingless Dragon is fine instead. He draws into a graph and my friend just stops after that because not really doing anything. But let's get to like one of these longer ones that there is. So this is the longest one that we have. He opens up Gamma, double Herald of the Abyss, 2 BAs. He stops my Gamma, or my Remus. I know some of the Synchron, summon out, like I said, summon out the Apps Router. I get to add a Rocket, and I get to look at the top 5 cards in my deck. And I mill a Quick Launch, Dragon Ravine, Chaos Space, Legatus, and a Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, so I had to grab the Darkness Metal, and I put back the Chaos Emperor, Chaos Ruler with Chaos Space, and then I just do normal Rocket plays. So Striker Dragon is going to pop itself, adding back the Charger, and I get the Recharger back to go into Romulus and do all this stuff. And I did realize during this duel that I could have just went for push for damage, but it's whatever at the end of the day. Go up into Pisty, goes for the Quad Boral, summon out the Tracer, and I get to summon out 1 from the graveyard to go up into a Boral Savage. And then I just end turn, let that go. Actually, that was just turn 1. Herald of the Abyss, I'm going to send my Quad Boral because that's less important than a Boral Savage. He tries to use Seer, but I negate it. Cherubini flies. He goes Nightmare Unicorn, but I'm going to let him waste 1 because I'm going to just bounce back. Since he was going to bounce it back anyways, so making him lose out on resources. It summons out the Graph or Seer. That's fine, and I top deck a Black Metal Dragon along with a Tidying, so we can get another one. Summon out the Metal Dragon, and it's just the same facilitations. Divine Lance gets the Phalanx, Phalanx gets to summon itself. Then we go up into a Link 3, attack into the Seer. He tries to activate it, but Triple Burst negates it. Very good card. He top decks a Trap Trick, that's completely fine. Triple Burst is still there. We draw into a Gamma, we attack. He goes Trap Trick, he sets Ice Dragon Prison, but Damage Step is a pain. And this is where I kind of messed up a little because I could have just let him banish it, but he has this on the field for a bit. He tries to go and use Tour Guide, but I'm going to negate it, and he's going to attack into my Gamma. Then it goes my turn. Summon out the Chamber, Chamber goes back. We normal summon the Chamber. I misplayed because I should have kept Tidying in the graveyard until my turn, so I could have just done stuff. But this is fine because I use Boot Sector, summon out Tracer, summon out the Noctovision. Use the Tracer, he's going to negate it, and we could just link off to 2 for a Hieratic Seal. And I get a Quick Launch, which I should have kept in hand. I tend to misplay sometimes when I'm tired. He's going to use the Herald, and I bounce back the Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, summoning out the Chamber Dragon Maid. And I top deck a second Quick Launch. And he lost to win my Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, but that's fine. I go into Dilingless Dragon, and then he passes the... I pass the turn into a Herald of the Abyss, which he can't activate, and I top deck into a Chaos Dragon. And I just attack for game. And overall, how do I feel about Dragon Link going into this new format? When we hit July 1st, it's going to be interesting because Dragon Link only has one more event left until it starts becoming more awkward to play. I feel like the LP ban was correct along with the Striker Dragon to 1, and I don't feel like that it needs any more hits outside of those. Maybe they could hit Chaos Space later down the line or something else to hurt the deck if it becomes more of a problem. But I feel like it's in a better spot than it was. It's more resilient to hand traps, and it definitely just stops being played after the one initial hand trap on the Striker Dragon because you can't go into a second one. And I feel like this deck is going to be a solid tier 2 contender, maybe 2.5 rogue, but we'll see what happens. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, hit that like button down below. If you want to see more, please subscribe for future content as I upload every day at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But anyways, see you guys in the next video.